Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of the Retro Gamer Vlog. Before I get into today's topic, I would just like to ask you guys to like and subscribe my video. If you have anything to say, then comment it. Any topics for future vlogs, whether you agree or disagree, feedback, all that stuff. Especially subscribing. I'm planning on doing a 100 subscriber special where there'll be a nice competition. I'll probably give away more than one prize. And basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, subscribe, it makes me feel good, keeps the show going, all that stuff. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get right into it. Alright, so like I promised you in the last vlog, if you haven't seen it, you should check it out. That was the classified ads vlog. This vlog is about rarity versus value, or value versus rarity. Now this can be it's a pretty subjective thing. It really is. Very debatable. And that really is mainly just because it has a lot to do with money and the way people think about it. Because pretty much what it is saying that a game is worth more than what you can put on it, what dollar sign you can put on it, pretty much. And maybe if you don't understand what I mean by that, you'll probably understand as I get more into it. I gathered a few games here as an example. Basically, there's this pile of games right here. This pile of NES games, which I'm going to pick it up. Now here there are a good, I don't know exactly how many, but I'm going to say 15. No, there's probably more than that actually. There's probably about 15 games in that pile. If you're not an NES fan, don't worry, you don't actually have to know anything about NES to know what I'm about to say. So there's 15 games there, and there are some, there's some pretty valuable games, and they're nothing more than $20 though. So let's value each of these games at, $10 each, just for the sake of it. So they're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Anyways, let's not even value them. Just say that this pile is worth $500. Just imagine that, okay? But keep in mind that these games are common, and the only reason they're worth $500 is because there are a ton of them. But you can get these games all the time. Then you get this thing. This thing is not common at all, and it is it's worth a lot, okay? But let's just say, in theory, just for the sake of my example, that it's worth $400. So you want to trade your $500 worth of games in for the Earthbound, and I would do that. I think that's a great idea. And for some people, you might think about more the money side of it, where you say, well, it's $500 worth of games, and you're only getting $400 out of it. So you let me know what you think. But my opinion on that is, I can get these games again. I will have no problem getting these games again. But this thing, I'll have trouble getting again. I've only seen one of these, and it's the one that's in my hand right now. I mean, I've seen more in videos and stuff, but I've only ever touched one, and I've seen one with my own eyes. And it's in my hands right now. So that's basically what I'm saying. There's a difference between rarity and value. If a game, it's the same idea with Zelda games, for example. In my opinion, a game starts to become valuable when it's retro at a loose cartridge of approximately $25 or $30. There are, of course, many different common games that sell for approximately that, like different Mario games or Zelda games, and the games are like that because they're valuable. But that's why the games are like that because they're enjoyed by many people. Now, I don't know if I'm not really going anywhere with what I'm saying. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'll try to put in better words. As you know, these vlogs are just talk and rant. I don't write anything down beforehand. I just kind of get an idea in my head. Basically, what I'm trying to get across is the idea that there's something more to why a game is so special. Certain games, like the Flintstones Surprise at Down a Peak, I played it. It's nothing that special. It really isn't. But it's still worth several $100s. So what makes that game so valuable isn't the fact that everybody wants it because it's good to play. People want it because it's extremely rare. So if you might come across, let's see here, if you come across All Pro Basketball, a very common game, like a $2 or $3 game. Good game, but it's $2 or $3. It's probably more fun than Surprise the Dino Peak, actually. You might come across that, say, every week, once a week, you know, and when you're doing your hunting, if you come across it every week, and, you know, you might have $500 worth of All Pro Basketball, but you'll come across it once a week. Then you have Flintstone Surprise the Dino Peak, which for all you know, you'll only see once in a lifetime. You know, it's not that rare, but it's pretty rare that it's possible. And so would it be worth sacrificing that $100 just so you can get that really rare game? I think so. Because if I wanted another All Pro Basketball for $10, I could go out the next week and do that. Instead of wasting all this time for the rest of my life searching for another copy of Surprise at Dino Peak, which I wish I had traded my $500 worth of All Pro Basketball for. I hope you understand what I'm saying, because I really do believe that what I'm saying makes sense. I'd like to believe so, at least. You know, because a game holds more than a dollar sign. It's not like just any piece of plastic. There's a soul behind the game. There really is. This game, Earthbound, is an amazing game because it has the best of both worlds. Not only is it rare, but it's also wanted to play. I wanted to play this game. I didn't know it was so rare before I really knew my games, you know. I looked it up and I was like, wow, that's really expensive. And it isn't incredibly rare because it's sold extremely well because it's such an amazing game, even though it was on a limited release. So that's a special game, you know. That's why it's so valuable, because it was a special edition and because it's an amazing game. But then you have other games like Surprise at Dino Peak, which isn't that great of a game, but it's so rare that people want it. And that rarity, the specialness that's behind that game, counts for more than just the value of it. Now, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I've said that many times, and I really hope you do. If you want me to go even more into depth on this, in my next video or another video, then I will. For now, I guess we'll just chill back and talk about something else. Yeah, we'll talk about games and their souls. A game that I find is really, you know, a nice game to own is Bubble Bobble 2. This was the first really rare game in my collection, and I really love it. It's an extremely fun game. I'm not an amazing Bubble Bobble player, but it's a very fun game, and it not only is it rare and nice to have in your collection, but it's also a fun game, which is great. And this game I traded for with Surprise at Dino Peak and a few other games. And basically, I said this in my last vlog, I traded like $150, I think it was. So I think it's, yeah, I don't know, it's a fair amount more than what I got out of it, you know? But the games that I was trading in, I had doubles of, or I bought them for nothing, you know? If I bought a Pokemon game for $2 and I was getting $15 value in the trade, and I already had it, then why not resell it so that I can get these amazing games that I will probably never see again? Or if I do, they'll be marked up like incredibly high, and I won't have anything to trade for them. Anyways, this was probably the most ranty of all of my vlogs, just because I kind of went in circles around the same thing. But that's just because I wanted you guys to understand my opinion on this. I hope that you guys find my opinion valid. You have confidence in me to get the message across. So yeah, that's basically my opinion on it. There's the whole rarity versus value debate, because I think that something being so special and so rare really raises up its value, and that counts for favorite games too. Like, for example, if this is my favorite game ever, this is this is like a $30 or $40 game, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Hillspark. It's not my favorite game, but if this were my favorite game and it's worth $10, okay? Let's say this game is worth $10, but it's my favorite game. Then to me, it could be worth $20. And I think that that's something really cool about collecting games, is that there really truly is favorites. I used to collect hockey cards. I know, I'm good old Canadian. And I found that, you know, you could have your favorites, but overall there was a bracket for them and you couldn't get around the prices. They were your prices, whether your favorites or not, nobody cares. But I find that there's something special about these games, and people understand when this is your favorite game. If someone's selling me something, and they told me that it was their favorite game and they didn't want to just leave it go, I would understand that. Maybe it wouldn't affect the price that much, but I would understand that it's their favorite game. Because games do have a soul, especially these old games when they have the saves on them. I think that's great. I think I'll go into that another time in another like modern versus retro gaming. How games used to have, you know, the saves on the cartridge. I find that really good because you own that game. It's not like today where it's just a disc and anybody can have the exact same thing on it. If you beat Bubble Bobble 2 with a good ending, if you know what that means, then great. You know, then you beat it with a good ending. If you beat a game with your username, you beat it with your username. Nobody else can take the same game and do anything with it unless they restart the game. That's a whole different story. Anyways, as usual, I started ranting and going off into many different topics. I hope you didn't mind. I hope you subscribe. I hope you liked the video. I hope you comment whether you agree or disagree. And I'm sure I will have some people who disagree with me. That is obvious, and I expect that. And you know, I'll respect your opinions as long as you support them with a little something. If you just tell me I suck, then I won't really appreciate that. Anyways, thank you for leaving me feedback, comments, subscribing. Assuming you did all of those things, look forward to another retro gamer vlog coming in a few days, hopefully. I have a few pickups that I'm looking to get. I don't have anything for new pickups yet, but I'm hoping to get a game with 52 games on it, which might give you a hint. I probably won't have that because it'll have to be shipped out and I still have to order it from the guy. So that's not for another little while. Other than that, a cool Mega Man pickups that I'll probably be getting. Anyways, thank you for watching, subscribing as I just mentioned, and see you guys next time.